Welcome back to On Base with Mookie Betts live in your Bleacher Report app. I am here today with one of my favorite people in the world, JD Martinez. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Nothing, man. Just happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here, too, because it's really been a long time. I've been trying to get you on this show for a long time. And we had it scheduled, and then, you know, some life happened, right?
Got hurt.
You had to get a backiotomy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
back went out.
Yep, back went out, got the backiotomy. Now we're back. And I'm glad to have you on the show. At least better late than never, right?
Hey, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I could finally make it.
Exactly.
Last series of the year.
Last series of the year. So I want to go run down some of your accolades a little bit. You got 6 All-Stars, 3 Silver Sluggers, 2 in 1 year, in 18.
I don't know how that happened.
We'll get to that.
But
We'll talk about that. And you won a World Series. Hopefully, we can win another one.
Amen to that.
And so that's a very decorated career so far. And you got started a little late, which we'll talk about some more later. But I did want the viewers to know your accolades. So the show is called On Base, Off Base, and we play a game. The show is called On Base. We play a game called On Base, Off Base, In or Out. Right? And so the first one. You understand the game?
All right. I understand it.
You understand the game?
All right. So I'm with it. I'm on base.
On base. If you're not
I'm not with it. I'm off base.
Off base.
All right.
All right?
Hit me with it.
Emotional support alligators.
Out.
Okay.
Off. Don't even got to say anything else.
Why?
Alligator?
As an alligator.
I'm from Florida, but I don't mess with alligators.
Okay, so when you're fishing, you're a fisherman. What do you do when you see a gator?
I fish in the ocean. The gators are in the freshwater. They're in the Everglades.
Okay. So you don't
I don't go back there.
Because of the gators.
Yeah, I'm out.
But isn't there
They
good
got
fishing?
snakes. They got gators. I don't even know. They got all kinds of
snakes,
different
gators.
Yeah.
But
I'm on
the ocean don't got.
I just worry about sharks.
The ocean doesn't have anything scary.
Sharks.
Okay.
That's about it.
But you're not getting in the water no way, so it don't matter.
Sometimes I do,
crazy.
but
Okay, you do get in the water. Okay.
But it is kind of, you got to look around every time. You just don't jump in,
Mm-hmm.
Especially not at marinas.
Because you can see a little bit.
Yeah,
huh?
you can see a little bit.
Okay.
Sometimes you'll see them down there. Sometimes you won't. That's the scary part.
No, I'm not doing that. Okay. Did you see that they were at the Phillies game? Someone tried to get into the park with an emotional alligator.
For real?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know. How do you even get that? Who trained the alligator?
How does that even?
I don't know. There's a lot of questions.
Wait, what? That's real life?
Yeah, at the Phillies game. Look it up. Look it up. I think it was. Shout out to them for trying it.
Dang.
But wow. All right, so 2. Let's go. The best. You play Mario Kart?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay. So the best Mario. Do you remember the courses?
I know Rainbow Road. That was it. That was like the hardest one. That's like the one.
Fourth one.
You just try not to finish last in that one.
All right. So the best Mario Kart course has Dodger Stadium featured in it. On base or off base on that?
Unless Do I believe it?
No. Are you on or off? Or
I'm on it.
You're on that?
Yeah, that's dope.
But you said Rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I see it. That's dope. That's cool.
I think that's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's on there.
That's like the newer upgrade of Mario Kart.
Yeah, they didn't have this,
That ain't the one we came up with.
Nah, they flying and stuff like that. You didn't really have that many options on the power-ups. You know what I'm saying?
You would fall off and a little cloud would come and pick you up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put you back on the map.
So that's cool. That's neat. That's really, really neat. You remember playing Mario Kart with CY, Chris Young?
No, I never played with Chris Young.
You never played with CY? So in Cleveland, they have the arcade game.
Yep.
And CY is like if you know CY, he's like one of those people that just loves games. It could be tic-tac-toe, it could be checkers, it could be Mario Kart, whatever. That's what CY, that's what he's really good at.
Yeah.
And I think he was running the clubhouse.
Really?
It hurt me to say it too. It hurts me to say that because I hate admitting that he's good at stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mario, I didn't know if you had played with him or not. But
No, I never played with CY.
Who did you play with?
It reminds me of Ian Kinsler. Ian Kinsler in that he used to play Knockout. on that little same arcade.
Oh,
room in
yeah,
Cleveland.
okay, yeah.
He'd always be up against Tyson, knocking him out.
Yeah, every single time.
I said, how do you do it? Ian Kinser's like one of those guys, kind of like you, annoying, kind of always good at everything, you know?
Sorry to be annoying.
I know, it's all right. I get you in foosball, though.
You did. We got to have a rematch on that. Okay, so if you weren't in the MLB, you'd be an F1 driver.
Oof. Hell yeah.
So what is it about driving that you like?
Man, I don't know. I got into the F1 thing back with that Drive to Survive documentary on Netflix.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just
a
cool
thing.
Yeah, it's just a cool thing. It's just a lot of adrenaline, fast cars.
Have you rode in one before?
Nah, that would be sick. I never rode in one. I've been to a couple races.
Are you going to the one? There's one in Vegas.
I'm trying to. I want to go. I got to plan it, you know?
It's hard to get there.
Yeah, that's a hard one. That's a hard ticket right now.
It's probably expensive.
Yeah, it's a hard ticket. I'm going to try to go. I've been to 2 in Austin already. They opened that one up in Miami, but it's during the season.
Yep, can't do that one.
So in about 3 years, I'm going to be going to that one.
Well, we got to get you some more accolades before that.
And then, yeah, man, I just want to go to that Vegas one. That would be dope. That would be dope.
All right. So we'll see. If anyone out there can help JD get to the Vegas F1 race, you can find him.
Hit me up.
At Dodger Stadium, and you can come holler at him. Or on Instagram. Okay, so last question. You are always the last one on the team bus.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You know, why? I mean, yeah, why? Let's go with why.
There's this thing called Cuban Time.
Cuban Time, okay.
Yeah, you know, so like, always like about 15 minutes late.
Why has it got to be 15? Why can't
it be
like 2 or 3? What was 2 or 3 too close to on time?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, you know, if the bus is at 2.
Yep.
You should set your alarm for like 12:45.
Okay, but what do you set?
And then you're going to snooze it one time.
Oh, you're a snoozer.
For me, because I'm asleep. I like to sleep.
Okay. So 12:45, you hit snooze.
Or no, I'm sorry. If the bus is at 12:45.
Yeah, so at 12:45.
No, that's what you should do.
But you say you hit snooze.
Yeah, you snooze.
At 12:45.
I'm out.
The day is done.
Not our day. Our day's just starting. You know?
Very valid, but 12:40.
For me,
you don't have kids.
Yeah, I don't got kids.
You don't have kids.
But then I'm like, for me, I push it back. You know,
push it back
1. You know, so then I got to wake up, get some breakfast
at 1.
Take a shower.
Breakfast at 1.
Yeah, breakfast at 1.
So you think that waking up at 12:45, you're supposed to wake up at 12:45, then hit snooze.
Yeah.
Then wake up, eat breakfast at 1 o'clock, and then take a shower, get yourself together, and you think that you can do all this in an hour.
Yeah. Never could do it, but my brain says I can.
And so after all the times you've tried and failed, you still didn't want to make the adjustment.
No, I just say, you know what? If I miss the bus, I'll take an Uber. It's all good. You know? That's the way my brain works.
So you schedule to get on the bus at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
And say if you miss it, you miss it.
If I miss it, I miss it. I'm good with it.
Okay.
You know? I live my life that way.
If you miss it, you miss it.
Yeah, if I miss it, I miss it, man. Life's too short. I want to enjoy every moment I have, dude. And just enjoy it, rest. I can't live with that stress of like, I got to be somewhere. I got to do this. I got to do that.
Yeah.
Only place I got to be on time to is the batter's box.
And you be late there, too.
No. I've never been late to the batter's box.
Yeah, you did.
I've been late
just
to
the last
meetings.
week. Yeah.
I've been late to
last week. You just you end up hitting a double. First pitch, you got in there with like 6.
No, that's the pitch clock.
The pitch clock. You late, dog.
Yeah, the pitch clock. They put that pitch clock on me and got me this year.
Got you.
Yeah,
so you late to the batter's box.
Nah,
you late everywhere.
I guess I am.
Man. And it's just because you want to enjoy life in your moment. So let me
Not
get this
to the batter's box, though. That's, you know.
No, you don't want to be like that.
No, I don't want to be late to that. I don't know how.
So you're like, the bus is at 2, but if I miss it, I miss it. So I'm just going to enjoy chilling at the house.
Yeah, I'm just going to, you know, I can't wake up and be like, oh, crap, I got to go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, start my day off all crazy.
So, but if that happens at yours, you're screwed for the rest of the day.
No, if it happens, it happens.
Oh, you know what? You're not screwed because you're just going to be late for everything for the rest of the day because you got to get yourself. Got it. Makes sense.
You know?
Makes perfect sense. All right, so last week you were player of the week.
Mm-hmm.
very good to watch, very good to see, very good
Appreciate
for you. Because, obviously we're homeboys, and when you balling like this, I feel like I'm balling.
The feeling's mutual.
You know what I'm saying? And so, what do you think? I ain't going to say what clicked, but sure, I'm going to say it. What clicked?
Man, I don't know. I think we put my hands lower.
That's it?
That's it. Started my hands a little lower. I was up here. We brought them down to here.
And it's been great.
Yeah, and it's been going good so far. Just got to ride it. You know how it is.
I mean, you're the one that taught me about the waves, right?
Yeah.
And so I kind of use life with this analogy as well. It's like, and for those who obviously don't know, it's when you told me, like, surfers, talking about the surfers and how they swim out, right? And they'll be there all day trying to catch waves. And the surfer that, you never really catch good waves if you're trying to get on a wave, and then as soon as that one kind of gets a little rocky or whatever, then jump into another wave, and then jump to another wave.
Yep.
That's not really surfing. It's like you get on one wave.
Just ride it.
Just ride it.
Until it runs out.
Until it runs out. And then you swim back out and get another one. So,
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like what we talked about back when we were talking about that, was like, can always be looking at that other wave being like, dang, that's a better wave. I want to go on that one. What if I fix this? What if I do that? And I can just keep going. Well, how do you know this wave ain't going to last for a mile, for months?
It could go for forever.
Yeah. And then before you know it, you had one wave all year. You rode it all year.
But you would never know because you try to jump on 4 or 5 waves. Now it's been 4 months. You haven't even gotten on a wave.
Exactly. Because you're out there searching for the perfect wave.
Yep.
Instead of riding the one that's given to you.
Yep. Speaking of riding waves, that man in Atlanta has been on a wave, and it is unbelievable. 40-70.
That's a joke.
I want to acknowledge that. I know some people may not have been too excited about them stopping the game, because they ended up stopping the game and gave them the ovation and whatever. To me, I think it was definitely needed. The game needed to be stopped.
100%.
Doing that, like, it's never been done,
right?
It's never been done.
Yeah.
That's never been. That's
stopping the game worthy.
That is stopping the game worthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you watched him up close, when you watch him, what is it that kind of stands out to you the most?
Man, when I saw him at the All-Star game, he wasn't a big dude. He doesn't look like this big guy. You walk around and you see all these guys. You see, Olsen and all these huge guys. Just he's not that big. But then when you see him in the box,
he's a big dude.
He seems like he's huge.
Yeah, he's sneaky big. He's bigger than you think he is, but he's not that. He's not a big guy.
And then he hits the ball, and you're like, that's different.
That's different when it comes off his bat.
Yeah, when it comes off his bat, you're like, that's different. It's so loud and so fast. It's so twitchy. That's the one. If I had to give him one word that I would describe him with, is twitch.
Yeah, he's got that.
He's got that, just that twitch.
Like just running, swinging, throwing.
Everything.
Everything. He's got that twitch, and that's what you need to really do that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that ball he hit against
120. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I know the cameras caught me making the face, and I would make that face every single time.
The whole dugout did.
Oh, yeah, I think, y'all just caught me. It was everybody that did that.
I thought it was a technicality on the on the big screen when it said 121. I said, what?
Yeah,
I said, that ain't right.
No. Dude.
I said, let me go look at the iPad, and it said 121.2. I said, oh, my God.
Yes, that's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
All right, so let's get to JD. Let's get back to JD. So we're going to start about your journey. Your dad immigrated here, and from Cuba. You grew up in Miami. And so, how's your Spanish, by the way?
It's sub.
Sub.
Yeah.
So
I would say, like, I get my point across,
Okay.
Guys understand me. My Spanish is pretty good, like.
Pretty good just to get it across.
Yeah. Like I can have communication with people. I can talk to people. You could throw me in Cuba right now and I'll be fine.
Okay.
But
you would be amongst the worst of the English there. I mean, not English, but Spanish.
It's just, past and present tense and pronunciations I'll butcher.
Okay. So, Pops immigrated over here, but your granddad, he didn't he build a stadium, or tell me about that?
Yeah, so my grandfather was he was like the governor, the mayor. He was the mayor of a city called Matanzas, where my dad was born, and he was the mayor of that city, and he was the first government official to put lights on a baseball field. So they didn't have lights on the stadiums before. So he actually put the lights on it. So like when I was in Miami and I would always come around, Paul Casanova, bless his heart, was my mentor, passed away in 2017. When he first found out who my dad was, he's like, wow, you're el hijo de Julio Angelio. That means you're the son of my grandfather.
Okay.
And he's like, my dad's like, yeah, how do you know him? He goes, you kidding me? Everybody knows Julio. He goes, he put the first lights in Cuba.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was like he's known all around. All the Cuban guys know about him.
Oh,
so old OG Cubans.
So if you went back, they'd be like, oh, that's...
They probably don't know me. Come on. Third generation, dog. They don't know me for...
Too far away.
Yeah, it's way too far.
Okay, all right. So you got into baseball, been playing baseball your whole life. You play any other sports?
I played football in high school, and I played basketball. I was terrible at basketball.
Yeah, I mean, you got Cuban.
I scored. I played a whole season.
That has nothing to do with Cuban people. I guess it does, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I just...
No, I'm with it.
Okay, so basketball, and you play football. What position you play in football?
Quarterback and defensive end.
You went from QB to defensive end.
I was playing both sides.
Which one were you good at?
QB. I was trash at the end.
Really?
I'll never forget, they were intimidated by me that first couple games, they're like, oh, there's a big guy. I was 6'2", I was same size, like $170, probably 50 pounds, 60 pounds lighter. Halftime comes around, coach goes, JD, you're doing a great job over there, man. You're killing it. They're not even running the ball over there, this and that. And we were stopping them. Second half, they said, let's go test out the skinny guy. That was the last time I played defensive end.
Did you have to make what happened? Like, you had to start hitting people?
Nah, man, they sent the fullback over to block me. I was just getting annihilated, bro. Every play. I was just me trying to tackle the running back and getting lit up by the fullback.
Or lineman.
Or whatever. And I was like, all right, coach, we're going back to QB.
Okay, so did you have any offers or anything playing QB?
Nah. So I played my sophomore year, right? And I played for fun.
Oh, you're playing for fun?
Yeah, I was playing for fun. I mean, the coach, because we used to play like flag football and PE, and the coach was like, hey, he's got a good arm.
Okay.
Like, would you want to be quarterback? And I was like, Ma, let me play.
So that means y'all were not good.
No, we were pretty good.
Yeah. So he picked you up just from PE
for JV. This is JV. This is on the JV team. That was a sophomore.
Okay, JV.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I thought
we had like a stud quarterback in varsity already.
Okay, yeah,
and he was a senior.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like
so JV. So you was getting lit up in JV.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, man, that means you were nothing.
10th grade, dog. What you want from me?
You were nothing at all, man. You was getting.
I threw a pass one time. I had the what is it called?
You ain't even got to talk about it no more because we're talking about JV, dog. You know what I'm saying? We talking about JV.
Hey, JV's for real, man. Don't get it twisted. There were some big boys down there. They hitting.
We're not talking about JV. We're not talking about JV. Okay, so we played baseball.
Yeah, I got lit up one time. I said, this football thing ain't for me. All right. We're going back to baseball.
Back to baseball. You got drafted. You originally got drafted by the Twins.
Yep.
And you said no. When did you get drafted?
I didn't even know I got drafted by the Twins. I was in high school.
You didn't know you got drafted?
I didn't even know. I was in the Keys on the boat, chilling at the sandbar, and my boy Chris goes, "JD, you know you got drafted?" I said, "What?"
So nobody was talking to you or anything?
Nah. 36th round. There's 50 rounds back then. This is like.
But they didn't even. So you just got picked up, had no idea.
Had no idea. I said, "I did." They said, "Yeah, you got drafted by the Twins at 36th round." I said, "Word?" I said, "All right." I didn't have any college offers, anywhere to go at the time. We had just won state championship game back-to-back in 6A in Florida, which is like a big deal.
Yep.
Everyone knew where they were going. I had no idea. No offers, nothing. So Twins called and they said, hey, we want you to be a draft and follow. I don't know if you remember what that is.
Yeah.
And pretty much the team has your rights for a year after they draft you. So I was like, all right, cool. What do I got to do? It's like, oh, we want you to play in a community college so that if we like you, we'll sign you the next year. I said, all right, cool. What community college? And they said, let me see if I can get you into one. Right? I said, okay. All right, do what you got to do.
Yep.
So my man, Eric Cruz, who was the high school infield coach, he said, JD, what are you doing this weekend? I said, nothing, chilling. He goes, all right, get in my car. We're going all up and down Florida doing tryouts for every community college team there is.
And so he had to have gotten this from the Twins then.
Yeah, because the Twins had called and this and that. And so he's like, I'm like, all right, let's do it. We did like 8 tryouts in like 3 days. My arm was hanging. Couldn't even throw the ball. I had to throw home and do all this stuff, you know. Nobody jumped. Not one community college.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So then go another couple weeks, and there was a tryout at Nova Southeastern University, which was right on the road from me. It's a Division II school. And they're like, hey, you want to go try out for them? I said, yeah, let's go.
Because you're about to be done.
Yeah, I was done. And I said, all right, let's go. So then I go, I do the tryout. They said, hey, yeah, we'll give you $1,500 for your tuition. I said, $1,500? I said, the tuition is $23,000. I said, he's like, yeah, that's all we got. I said, Dad, they offered me $1,500. He said, go, we'll figure it out. Luckily, I had good grades, so I had this thing called Bright Futures, which is like Florida covers like a certain percentage of whatever.
All right.
So it kind of cut down to like, I think it was like 16 or 17 or whatever. And then we just, you know, my dad figured out the rest. I don't know, you know.
And so you go there. So how was your experience there?
It was good. I didn't start my freshman year. And then my coach gets this, gets pissed off with the team because a lot of kids there were just like, you know, mad about like not playing and thought they were better. His coach is like, if anyone has a problem, you come to my office and I'll tell you what's what. I said, shit, all right.
Oh, you went to the office?
Yeah, I went. I said, it was my freshman year. You know me, I got no hair in my tongue. Yeah. Walked right up in there. I said, man, this kid, I'm faster, I throw better, I hit harder. Where's he better? Because he's a senior? That's it? He goes, I had a feeling you would be in here. Bam, played every day.
After that?
Yeah.
And then you...
Okay. Then that was it.
And then you end up getting drafted again.
And I got drafted in the 20th round. I was supposed to go in the, you know, top 10 rounds, and didn't happen. I remember my family had, my mom and my dad had this whole, like, you know, like dinner thing. You know, Cuban people like to celebrate everything.
Okay.
So they know it's like, oh, we got an excuse to party. We're doing it.
Okay.
You know, JD's supposed to get drafted, so have everyone over there. Supposed to go on the first day. Don't go on the first day. I get pissed. I'm like...
So they had decorations of it.
They had decorations, everything, you know, this and that. It was kind of embarrassing, you know?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So I get in my car. This is actually a really funny story, by the way. Get in my car. I leave the party. Everyone's like, where's JD, this and that. So now it's like day 2 or whatever. Day 2, and they're like, hey, we're going to have everybody back at the house. You know, you're going to get drafted today. There's still something to be proud of, this and that. I was like, whatever, dude. I felt bad for my parents. I didn't want to be there. You know, so I go there. Draft hits, this and that. Now we're around 10, 11, 12. No JD's been on the board. 13, 14. I get in my car. I leave.
Again.
I leave again. I shoot a text out to the Royals, the Astros, the Braves, and the Blue Jays, because those are the ones I did, like, you know, pre-workout stuff for them. I said, please give me a chance, draft me. I'm going to make it to the major leagues. I won't let you down. Right? Nobody responded. The only one that responded was the Royals said, I wish I had more influence. I believe you, this and that, but it's out of my hands. And then the Astros called. And my man Greg Brown called, and he says, it's the 17th round. He said, you know, it's in that, would you take $20,000? I said, yeah. I don't care. I want to play, dog. I want to play, you know. And then, bam, they draft me in the 20th round as I'm pulling back into the house. Right? So I pull back in the house, and my brother-in-law, Josh, is there. And Josh is like, yo, you got drafted, this and that. And I'm like, dope, yada, yada, yada. I was like, all right, great. Like, I was already pissed. And Josh is like, go inside, bro. Enjoy it. This only happens one time. Give me your keys. I'm going to move your car. I said, all right, cool. Josh gets the car, dog. Has my truck, brand new truck. And he has a door open, and he thought he put the car in park. He actually put it in reverse. So he's like, door's open, right? My sister's car is like this. So he tucks the car in, opens the door, puts it in reverse, gets out of the car. The car backs up, and he's like, oh, snap. He goes, the door flips all the way to the other side.
Oh, my God.
And goes through the gate, my sister's gate, goes through the gate. So my car's just demolished. And I'm already miserable as this whole thing is, as my whole draft thing is going on. Though. Yeah, dude. And I was just so miserable that day. I was like, this is perfect. I'll forever remember this day just because of this right here.
Okay, so you got drafted, go to Houston, and for those who don't know, they don't know I'm assuming a lot of people don't know your story about how you're almost out of the game. Then you met Rob.
Yep.
And so tell me about when you met Rob. Rob is our hitting coach for those who don't know. Rob and JD have known each other for a long time. And so yeah, tell us about when you met Rob. Like, how did you meet Rob?
So 2013, on my way out, I see Houston, they're kind of just really not playing me, pushing me off to the side, this and that. I realized, I was like, you know what? I got to do something. I got to make some kind of change because this ain't it. Mm-hmm. And I come across Jason Castro, and Jason Castro was going off, for us in Houston at the time. And I said, dang, Jason Castro's going off, though. This guy really couldn't hit before. Now he's like become a really, really good hitter. Like, I want to know who he went to, this and that. So, I have this huge breakthrough in the video room, just studying the video myself and watching this whole thing go down. And spent all game, literally, I was hurt. I had the hamate surgery in my hand. So I spent all game in the video room just breaking down swings. And I was like, dang, this is some weird. My swing don't look like this. It's like, I got to make it look like these guys. Mm-hmm. These guys are the best for a reason. Why does my swing look like this and theirs looks like that? So asked Jason after the game, I said, Jay, who's the guy you worked with? And he told me, Craig Wallenbrock out in California. So I'm like, give me his number. Grabbed his phone out of his locker. I said, here. He goes, well, he's still, still in his uniform, getting all his stuff off, And he goes, shoot him a text right now. Tell him I'll call him. So he goes, all right. So we shot him a text, got his number. On the car ride back home, I called him. I said, listen, man, I want to come out and see you. I don't know anything, but I know what you taught Jason looks a lot more like these guys than he used to, and that's what I want. So he's like, all right, we'd love to have you, this and that. I said, great. The season ended. The next day I was out in California.
Oh, immediately?
Immediately.
Okay.
And I was out there, and I rented a car, hotel, this and that. Stayed out there 2 weeks.
Oh, wow, okay.
Worked every day with them for 2 weeks. And when I met Rob was Craig's little assistant. He was just flipping the balls. Mm-hmm. Craig was actually, kind of, the mastermind, the teaching behind it. And the way me and Rob got tight was Craig had a flip phone, right? Okay. And Rob had an iPhone.
Okay. All right.
Like, Craig was living in, in the past. And so when I went back home, I was like, hey, listen, this and that. I'm like, I'm going to keep doing this, but I'm going to send you guys video, this and that. And Rob's like, well, send it to me because Craig's got a flip phone, and I'll show it to him. I said, all right, cool. So I would just send the videos to Rob, and then Rob would give me, his little comments back. And then we kind of, that's how the line of communication started. And then when I was in Detroit, obviously I get back. I went to Venezuela. I go off in Venezuela. Detroit signs me. Go to Detroit, go off. And then right in September, I start hitting like a little funk. And I was like, dang, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing different? This and that. So I send Rob some videos. And Rob responds, right away. And I remember I asked Rob, I said, hey, would you mind if you came out and worked with me for a little bit? And he goes, no, man, I love it. He's working with high school kids at this time. Yeah. And I just paid for his lesson, whatever he missed. And he just came out and he hung out for a couple of days. And bam, started raking.
Okay.
So then that's how I got tight with Rob. And then, like, in 2015 was kind of the same thing. I would call Rob whenever I was in a funk. He would come out and get me right. So then I got to the point where I was like, wait a minute. Every time this guy's around me, I'm raking, and my numbers are good. And then when he would be out for a while, like, you know, I'd be all right, but they're not as good.
Yeah.
You know? I was like, I need to hire this guy full time. So that's how I started working with Rob 24/7.
And then y'all became best friends.
Yeah, we became best friends. You know, we were with each other every day.
Yeah, I mean,
literally,
yes, literally.
Literally.
And so you came to Boston, right? You end up signing in Boston, come to Boston, and that's when you had met me.
Yep.
And I remember, I didn't meet Rob until closer to the season, I believe, but seeing you work, seeing your mindset to hitting was completely different, different. And like a lot of people, you were pretty much one of the first ones to kind of approach hitting the way you do approach hitting, and I feel like that's obviously been something that you and Rob have really kind of mastered. It's really neat to see you guys work. So, and you know, you're one of 18 that has a 4-homer game. Yeah. Tell me about that game when you got to the park that day and you worked. Did you work with Rob that day?
Nah.
Tell me about that day.
That was the day day before we're facing John Gray in Colorado, and I remember I felt this like weird thing with my shoulder. I was like, I got to be soft on my shoulder. And bam, hit a homer off John Gray. So then I go back to L.A. and we're playing the Dodgers. And I remember that's where Rob lived, so he brought him and his wife now Jessica out to the game. And he's like, "Yo, so what are we working on today?" I said, "Dog, just watch this BP real quick." And he goes, "All right." And I couldn't keep the ball in the ballpark, the whole BP, for like 5 rounds. It was just like whack, whack. It was like literally every pitch I was hitting out. It didn't matter where it was. Rob's like, "Yeah, let's ride that today." You know? Yeah. And I said, "All right." So then that was what's what. I remember coming out my first at bat and striking out to Rich Hill on a fastball right over the middle. I said, "How did I miss that?"
Swung and missed it.
Swung and missed right through. It was just like I had termites in my barrel.
Okay.
I said, "Something's up." And then I was like, "Oh, no, wait, I forgot. This guy's got that little ride. I got to be more like on top with him." So I said, "All right, I got it." And then that was it. And then I just, you
got it, and then it was
boom, boom, boom.
Couldn't help it.
Yeah.
It just all you needed to do was get a swing off.
That's it. Just swing at a strike, and that was it. Okay. That's what it felt like. It's like just get a ball in the zone.
So let's go back a little bit. Back in 18, do you feel like that was the best year of your career?
I would say so.
I mean, you won 2 Silver Sluggers.
Yeah, I would say so. 17 was pretty good.
17 was really good.
17 was really good, but I think 18 was probably just most consistent. I would say 17 I would just get really hot.
Yep.
And then I got I had a couple cold spills, but my hot spills kind of overlapped the cold ones. But 18 was probably the most fun, getting to hang out, getting to, become friends with you and just the team we had, man. We had such a good team with a bunch of good, really, really good dudes.
That was a really good team with a bunch of really, really good dudes. Did you enjoy playing in Boston?
Yeah, I did. It's a tough place to play. You can see how people get worn out by it. That's for sure.
It's a tough place to play. But it's fun to play there.
But it is. It's fun. The fans are just as, emotional and hard on me as I am on myself. Right, so it's that's why I was able to, take it well. I think other guys that can't handle that aren't that hard on themselves.
And that's what the guys that maybe that don't play as well in Boston, right? I do want to tell this story though, because that year at the end of the year, we were both chasing some accolades. And I think it was the last month. And I had, you were my hitting coach. We had Timmy Hires, awesome. Andy Barquette, awesome. And they helped me a lot. You did most of telling me what to do, and then all three of us, me, Andy, and Tim, would figure out how to implement it. You know what I'm saying? So you would say, hey, you need to do this, and then you had to go do your work.
Yeah.
And then us three figured it out. So anyways, the last month of the season, you know, us three couldn't figure it out. And so I had came and hollered at you. And maybe it may not have been the last month though, I don't remember. And you were like, nah, dog, I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you this last month. I'm like, what you mean you're not helping me? What are you talking about? You've been helping me for 7 months, and now all of a sudden you're not going to do it. And it didn't make sense. And like, what? You're not helping me. And then this is why I will love you forever, because you're like, nah, I'm chasing this Triple Crown, and you got the MVP. Dog. I'm not helping you. So I was like, okay, got it. And I respected it. It was good. It became like a friendly battle, which I think helped us.
Yeah,
keep
I think 100%. We were at that point where it was like, you know what? I remember like we both had our best years of our careers.
Yep.
We both were like, we already clinched the division. We were up by like however many games.
Yep.
And it came down to that final like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Really what it came down to.
That's what it was.
It was like final 2 or 3 weeks, and I knew you were in a good enough spot. You know, like I always knew, like I was like, he's right there. He's throwing out 1 or 2 a game. He's mad because he ain't getting 4.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember we're both tied at like, I think we were hitting like 335 or something.
Like
we were
close.
just both tied at batting average. And Mookie goes, and now Brock, remember Brock Holt was always bringing it up. So
no.
JD, I remember it. Brock Holt, JD, what you gonna do? Mook, what are you gonna do if y'all tied? If you batting average this and that the last game, Mookie's like, I ain't letting him win.
Yeah.
Mookie's like, I ain't letting him win. I said, all right. I said, you know what? Hey, these last 2 weeks, you on you, I'm on me.
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
And we became like a friendly competition about it. And then we go to Cleveland, dog. And that's where you just fucking
went off.
I was like, well, there goes that.
Yeah, that's that, yeah.
First game, you go like 5 for 5. Then you go 4 for 5 the next day. And I was like, dang. And I'm sitting here. And I was so mad because I was actually like lining out and hitting balls like, I'm like, dang, that should have been a hit. Dang, that should have been a hit. And Mook's over there just going off. And I said, and I'm just laughing. And every time he would come in, he would look at me side-eyeing, and I'd be side-eyeing him and laughing, and it was just fun, dude. I don't know. That was just, honestly, like, you play this game a long time, and be in that situation that we were in, like, I feel like that's something we'll always, at least I will always remember.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro.
And look back at, like, dog, that was like we started off, like, I mean, we still were amazing teammates, but we had a little 2-week competition, spill right there. Which
is fun, but it never got like, even though we were competing, I never wanted you to not get hit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
100%,
it was just like,
yeah.
let's see who can keep going, So that was fun. And then, I end up, we played 19 together, and then I end up getting traded in 20. Then this 4 years, I think it was 3 years, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
4 years that we didn't play together.
2020, 21, 22.
And then 23, yeah, dang, I can't do math. But anyways, 3 years we didn't play together, but we kept in contact, kept talking. And then I remember us talking like, we got to play together again. You know? And I didn't know how it was going to happen. I think us just talking about it, we manifested it.
100%.
And so I remember when you had signed, you called me or texted me or something, you were coming. And I didn't really think you were actually going to. But then you had signed and you did, and I was like, wow, I get to play with my boy again. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about the baseball.
Yeah.
This is just like, I get to get my boy back. You know what I'm saying? The baseball was going to be the baseball, right? And, man, it's no irony that, like, for me, I'm having, like, another good year, and you're here. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been good. How have you enjoyed L.A. so far?
It's been good, man. Like you said, bro, being able to, like, hang out and, I think the one thing that what makes us real tight is we both have that, we get obsessed with hitting and obsessed with that whole, like, that mindset of what we got to do to hit and not taking no for an answer. And that's how we, became really good boys in the first place. And just being alongside, someone else that has those same values as me has made it like a lot more enjoyable, playing here in LA. Obviously being with Rob too is,
has been cool
because that's another one that's my best friend too. And, just the boys have been great. The city's fun.
This has been a really good team too, as far as not even just the baseball, but just a group of guys.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's been really, really cool.
It's been fun, playing in LA is, with that weather, dude, is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
So tell me the difference outside of the weather, because that's the obvious. The difference between like LA and Boston.
I don't know. For me, it's the weather, man. The weather and obviously the scenery. I mean, the obvious stuff.
The baseball.
The baseball?
The baseball. Not necessarily, so I explain it. Like, for me, the fans watching the game, the atmosphere is two completely different things for me.
Yeah.
Like, LA is, like, more chill.
100%.
People get to the game on Cuban time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not Cuban, A lot of Mexican folks.
A lot of Mexicans,
yep. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they're chill and whatever. And if we win, super excited. If we lose, they're more like, it's all right, we'll get them tomorrow. Like, you guys are still good.
Yeah.
In Boston, you feel it.
They want to kill you.
They want to kill you. They're there in the very first inning, and they're ready. There is no tomorrow. And so for me, that's what it is. So I want to hear what you.
That's well put. That's exactly how it feels. Just from the simple stand of the fans and everything like that, and the media is the other side of it. It's not easy. It's not an easy place to play. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a fun place just because, the intensity of everything. But you're right. It's just, it's different. It's that East Coast, like Fenway, Northeast, Yankee, that whole rivalry type stuff versus like the West Coast, more chill.
Different rivalry.
Yeah.
Do you, so now the sports cities, like Boston's a super dope sports city, like all the sports.
Yeah.
And then LA is obviously a super dope sports city. Do you think, what would be the difference? Do you think that's the difference across the board as far as like the fans, you know what I'm saying? Or do you, like, because Boston going to a Celtics game versus going to like a Lakers game, like, I love going to NBA basketball games, but like going to a Celtics game to me is like everything. Being in the Garden, and not the Garden, but I guess the Garden, and feeling them on top of you and just talking mad shish, boy, golly,
all over you, dude. I think we went to one Celtics game. Yeah, I went to one Celtics game. I went to the Eastern Conference Finals in Boston, 2021, I think.
Oh, so you was living, dog. You was living.
I went one time. It was, wow, they were playing the Heat. I had to show up.
All right, come on. I know your boys. All right, so let me, so you not love football. You play football. I want to play a little game with you, dog.
All
right. Let's say you're starting a football team.
Yep.
Who's QB1?
QB1? Am I going with my heart or am I going with my brain?
You got to go whatever you got to go with. I mean,
man, it's hard to go against Tua right now.
I'm sorry, I didn't even explain it. So, I'm sorry. You're using the NFL. You could roll with Tua, but I'm talking about on the Dodgers.
Oh, you're saying the Dodgers.
On the Dodgers. You got the Dodgers guys, all 26 or 28 of 7 of us, or however many people is on our team right now, because it's September. But who's QB1 for you?
Dang, I don't know.
Just 27 options. How many? 26, so add 2. 28 options, I'm sorry.
You're going with Kirsch?
Kirsch is QB1. Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
I like it. I think it's great. He would manage.
It's a lefty, so it's kind of weird, but all right, we can roll with it. There's some good lefty QBs.
You chose Tua.
Yeah.
And Tua's a lefty.
Yeah.
So you must have a thing for lefties.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll go with Kirsch.
Kirsch, okay. I think I have the answer for this, but I want to hear what you say. Who's your defensive end? Because it's definitely not you.
My defensive end. We're gonna need someone big and athletic.
There's one big athletic dude on our team.
Who are you thinking?
You gotta say it first. No, I can't make your team.
I'm thinking like Bobby Miller. Like he's a big guy.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna go with Bobby?
You gonna say Freddie?
No. I would go with Gratterall.
Gratterall? Mm-hmm. You think he moves quick enough to be defensive end?
Bro, Gratterall is one of the most athletic people on our team.
Really?
You don't know that?
Nah. I only see him pitch.
For those who don't know, watch him field a ground ball. When a comebacker, he fields it.
Oh, I saw that.
Flips it up.
I said, oh my, when he caught it.
Throw it. You don't see him get up. You don't see him robbing your homers during BP? Bro, he robs like half of your homers in BP. He jumps.
Yeah, I'd be fighting if I saw that.
Bro, watch. When other guys hit, he stands in the track.
All right, we'll go with Gratterall
and he just goes.
Yeah, he a big body.
Big body. He can move, bro.
Yeah.
He's a big dude that can move. So, but you chose Bobby.
No, we'll go Gratterall.
He's on my team, bro. You can't take him.
All right.
What the heck?
Go ahead.
So you chose Kirsch. I'm going to choose. I think at quarterback, I would choose me. I would choose me. I would be my.
You like a Kyler Murray, dog.
I'm telling you,
running around all the time.
Football is that it. My brain works for offense. I don't watch it, but like if you tell me to go play flag,
I'd have you like as a wide receiver.
No.
Yeah, 100%.
That requires me to get to run and get hit. I don't want to do all that, bro. I just want to throw it.
I have you like that kid from Colorado, Hunter. What's his name?
Travis Hunter.
He'd be playing both sides.
No, man. Playing defense? No.
Yeah.
I played football till I was 12
You get bored if you didn't play defense. You'd be sitting on the sidelines. You'd be like, all right, what do I do?
Yeah, you're right. If it was flag, cool. But if you tell me to put on some pads.
Mookie's out.
And hit somebody? Absolutely not. Okay, so DN, I got Gratterall. You got Bobby Miller. Wide receiver 1.
I was going to pick you.
Okay, so I'm your wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for my wide receiver 1, I would probably go with. I think I would probably go with Joe Kelly.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's fast. He's a really good athlete.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Joe Kelly as my wide receiver 1. What about running back?
Ooh. This might sound a little. Connor Wong.
Oh no, Colton Wong?
Colton Wong. Sorry, Colton Wong. Dang, dude, Colton Wong.
Colton Wong.
Colton Wong.
Colton Wong is your wide receiver.
Yeah, Colton's fast, dude.
He is fast.
He's fast. He's small. He's gonna hit them holes right. He's gone.
I'm going with Outman.
Ooh, I got Outman more like a linebacker.
Well, linebacker's not an option on me.
All right, or like a fullback.
Fullback, I would go with Muntz.
That's true.
I would go with Muntz as fullback. Yeah. So I got Outman. I'm probably needs to be a receiver, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. And you picked K-Dub, Colton Wong.
Yeah, Colton Wong.
Okay, so what about your kicker?
Oh, dang, kicker. I have no idea. I don't know anyone that could kick.
I mean, this is probably going to sound super, I don't know if racist is the right word.
Latin guy?
Yeah.
You got to go, yeah.
You got to go because they're good at soccer. You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I'll go with Miggy Rowe because Miggy loves soccer.
Rowe. Yeah, I'm going to go. You go with Miggy Rowe. I'm going to pick. I don't think Peralta can kick.
Nah,
I don't think
he's too stiff.
Yeah.
He's too like.
I don't think he can kick.
No.
So, I guess I can't even. I mean, because Peralta, no. Does Kike play soccer?
I have no idea.
He didn't even look like he plays soccer, but
I don't know.
I guess I got to roll with it though because he's Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I know none of us know how to play soccer.
Yeah.
You know, so okay. And if there was one player right now, this is all the MLB, that you could think, do you think there's one player that could play in the NFL right now? Sorry, I worded that wrong.
I don't know. Probably Trout. You know.
I'm gonna go with. I think Trout definitely could. I think there are a lot of people really could. Who would have a successful NFL career right now? You know what?
Judge.
Yeah,
I could see Judge.
You could say Judge for sure. He would definitely. I think I would go like Acuña.
Yeah, he could do it
because he can. He's just as fast as all of them. Just
got
as
that twitch. Yeah, he's
them.
twitchy. You know,
because those athletes are different.
100%.
Football athletes are different.
Yeah,
especially to normal humans.
They're just they just have that physique, that body. You know.
Yep.
It's like more of a. I might get a lot of bad, people might not like this, but I feel like football is more of like what God gave you.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Of like
that's fair.
Versus like a skill.
Yeah.
That you really have to grind out and work on.
Like hitting.
Yeah.
It's just different, right? It's just different.
Yeah, it's like
if you're not just
big, fast, strong, and you get all those genes, it's a good chance you could be a pretty good football player.
Yeah, I mean just
yeah.
Because there's people that don't even play football that are big, fast, strong. They may not even know they're big, fast, and strong, and they just ask. That's how you made the football team, bro. You was throwing in PE.
Nasty, dropping dimes.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking like Tua. The right-handed Tua.
All right, I got a couple questions from fans. Let's go with the first question. What Dodger game has been your favorite this season? What game has been your favorite this season?
What game has been my favorite?
Yep.
Oh, man.
I feel like they all kind of run together.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I mean, if I had to pick any, I would say any of the Padre games that we played. And,
those games are fun.
San Diego are fun.
Those games are fun. There was for me, the game that was probably the most fun was we were down 5 or something, and I hit the grand slam. It was a 3-0. The 3-0. We were in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
At 3-0, and I hit that. That was probably one of my favorite games because we were down early and then came all the way back.
I remember that. I wasn't playing that game.
Yeah, you weren't playing that game.
I was hurt.
You had to back you out of me.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So who's your favorite F1 driver?
Max Verstappen. He's a GOAT right now.
He's the GOAT?
Yeah, he's a GOAT right now. Like, he used to be Lewis Hamilton for so many years. When I got into it, Lewis was number 1. And I just remember saying, like, I can't pick the guy that's number 1. Yeah. You know? I got to pick the up-and-comer, the guy that's trying to make a name for himself. And then I picked him, and the guy hasn't lost, Doug. He don't lose right now.
So you need him. What's his name?
Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen. Max, hopefully you get to see this, man. Got to get JD out there so we can meet you, dog, in Vegas.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can, he can meet you at least. I'm not really a driving guy, you know.
You said you're going to come if I go this year. You said you're going to try to come out.
Yeah. And I really want to, but then the act of sitting and watching cars.
Yeah, it's not like that.
Oh, what is it?
No, you're just sitting there and just.
I'm thinking you just sitting and watching the car going. I'm like,
nah, you're socializing, a couple drinks, hanging out, vibing. And they come around, you're like, oh, you look at them, and they're gone.
And then you're back to doing your
10 seconds of them going, boom, 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 and then they're gone on the other side of the track. And then you're just hanging out, socializing.
And then you wait for them to come back.
Talking that, just having fun.
Okay, all right. I mean, all right.
Hanging with the boys.
We got to wait on Max.
I know.
Come on, Max. Hey. You ever played the Immaculate Grid?
I never played it, but I heard about it.
Okay. Do you want to do one?
if you want.
Or do you have any? Do you have any stories that you want to tell? I know you said you want to address an issue.
Oh yeah. So, I was watching one of your shows one of these days, and
you supported me?
Yeah, I was supporting.
My guy.
Had to see what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
And Mook threw out that I was one of the cheapest ones on the team, and I said, "Hold up, wait a minute.
These are facts.
I need to tell the world a little story about my man Mook here."
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
where are you going? You know what? I'm just gonna listen.
So, 2018, we won the World Series, right? Me and Mook just, we're peaking right now in the world. And we're on our way to Vegas. We go to Vegas, and stars align. We come across. We get to gamble. We get to hang out with Drake. You know where I'm going with this one now?
I know where you're going with this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're hanging out with Drake. Mook's got all his boys. I got my boys. There's a full line of, security guards around the table, this and that.
We're with Drake, so yeah.
Yeah, we get invited to, go gamble with Drake. And I was like, do you want to gamble with Drake? I said, hell yeah. So go to the table. We're playing Baccarat, and Drake's with 2 heavy rollers.
Mind you, just to stop the story, I know where he's going with this. I had just signed.
Yeah. I was getting to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was getting to that part. So I pull up, and he's got 2 heavy rollers, guys betting $300,000 a hand type rollers. And I'm sitting there. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. We had just finished playing paintball. Remember that? We had just finished playing paintball, and I'm covered in little paintball marks. They said, "You want to go? You got to go now." I said, "Let's ride." And get there, sit down at the table. I'm like, "Mook, where are you at?" He's like, "I'm on my way, this and that." I said, "All right, let's go." He was in a different car behind me. So we sit down, and literally as we're sitting down, everyone's just, their phones going off that Mookie signed a arbitration deal for the highest paid arbitration deal for 27, what was it, 27 mil?
Yeah, something like that.
$27 million. It's like, dang.
We made it.
Mookie made it, right? 1 year, 27 mil. So I'm sitting there, and I reached down. I don't have that much money. I came straight from the paintball place with me, and I got about $2,500 on me, or $3,000 on me at the time. So I pull it out. I said, color me up. Gives me some chips. And, sitting there talking to Drake, Mook comes in, and Mook's like, "Hey, man, congratulations." Everyone, we were all talking about it at the table before you had gotten there. Mm-hmm. So we were like, "Dang, Mook's coming there. Oh, damn, Mook's not 27. Hey, Mook, congrats." The other guys were 2 huge Red Sox fans.
Yep.
So congratulations, Mook. Thanks, man, this and that, yada, yada, yada. So we're sitting there playing Baccarat. I got a couple $100 chips, I think it was $500 chips, whatever. I'm trying to bet Drake's over here betting $80,000.
A hand.
$80,000 a hand. These guys are betting $300,000 a hand.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
My man Mook pulls out 100 and says, "Color me up." Asked for $20 chips. Mm-hmm. I said, Mook, I'm here at the side of the table. I'm like this. I'm like, Mook, here, take some chips, dog. Take some chips, dog. Don't be embarrassing me like this.
Y'all never forget about you're
I'm like, here's a couple $100, dog. You got to at least put a couple $100 on the hand, dog.
Okay, look, listen. There was no way I could keep up with them. $80,000, $300,000.
Nah, you can't. I get it.
But you're saying
you came out with $20 hands, dog, at a Baccarat table.
Look,
the limit was
not $20.
It was $1,000 a hand, and they were letting me play for $500 a hand. And Mookie walks in with 100. I said, "Oh, man, hell no."
Give me some chips. But listen, so that was. You could argue being cheap for sure, especially because I had just signed that. But I argue that it was just me being smart. Because there's no way I could keep up with that.
I I was dying, man. That must have been one of the funniest moments of my life, man.
Yeah, man, that was a really good time. That was really. Hey, shout out to you. I want to give you a shout out too. You paid for team dinner twice this year.
Yeah, I got called out on, not paying early on in the year, but I didn't even know I had to pay at the time because it wasn't even asked for me yet.
Yeah.
I said, I don't mind paying.
We kind of threw it on you.
Yeah, they kind of just threw it on me last minute. Like, as we're walking in, I said, damn, hold up. I said, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll change my answer. No, I won't change it. You're still cheap, but you got to know what you're gonna spend it on. Like before you like, you don't want to spend it, but let me know what I'm spending my money on.
Yeah, I'm just like, my friends kind of make fun of me back home. Like, JD won't, we walk into a store, he's like, man, I'm buying that shirt for $400.
Yeah,
but I'll go spend $500,000 on a boat. Like, not even flinch about it. Like, it's just.
So it's just whatever you want.
Yeah, it's got to, I got to see the value in it.
Yeah. All right, bro. Well, to wrap, I want to thank you for coming on the show because, it took me 6 months, and I'm happy that you.
I'm glad I made it, man.
And I didn't realize that, Cuban Time could last up to 6 months. Didn't know it.
Yeah.
Just learned it this year.
It's real.
It did. It's all good. I do want to tell you thank you though for everything that you do for me. I think you know this, but you mean the world to me, bro. And not even just for baseball stuff, but just off the field. I really love you, bro, and I really
appreciate
know
it, man.
that we'll be friends for life, bro. And so we'll always make sure we stay in contact and whatnot. And shoot, I'll just see you later on. For those who want to see JD, I would advise just helping him because, he may not want to pay for the ticket to F1, So you want to see him,
We'll pay for him for F1.
You going to pay for him for F1?
Yeah, no, that's,
Okay,
I got love for that.
Well, get your binoculars. JD will probably be down, mingling with all the Drakes of the world because that's who he gets to hang out with at the F1 race.
Nah.
And hopefully I'm there. So
probably there in Vegas. You will though.
Yeah, we'll be there. So thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you guys later on.
Thanks, guys.